Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. So happy to have you here. And for those of you not new, hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming and supporting me every single time. I appreciate all of you so very much for clicking on my video. I know that you don't have to, so it warms my heart so very much that you do. Today I am doing my February fails and flops. Nope, that's the same thing. Today I am doing my February faves and flops. I hope that you guys want to stick around and listen to what I have to say about some of these things. Some of these might be new to you. One of them I feel like a big doofus about, and we're gonna just jump right in. So for those of you new, I like to start my faves and flops videos with my flops. I like to end my videos, if at all possible, on a positive note. So that is what I'm going to do today. I am going to start with my flops. So this is actually just a foil packet sample that I received of the Liquid Blender Cleanser. I'm not sure how much the full-size version of this is, but I will put it down here somewhere. You guys, do not waste your money on this. If you think you need a cleanser for your beauty blender, this is not it. This is not a cleanser that is worth its money. I don't know how much it costs full size, like I said, but this is just not the beauty blender cleanser for you, in my opinion. It's probably worth, it probably costs way more money than it's worth, and the reason why I say that is because the liquid, or the beauty blender itself, is a $20 makeup sponge, and you can find far better makeup sponges for less money. So I imagine this probably costs a pretty penny too. It is ridiculous. I used it. It had barely enough in it to clean my one makeup beauty blender, and I used it to clean an actual beauty blender that I got in a FabFitFun box that I've been using and find that I don't love, but it just didn't clean my beauty blender like I wanted it to clean. As a matter of fact, I went in with this, cleaned it, it looked pretty, except for in like some spots where it was still stained with makeup. So then I went in with my normal cleansing routine, which is honestly Dawn dish soap and then some kind of like conditioner to keep the sponge soft, and it cleaned so much more makeup out of that sponge. I was fascinated with the amount of cleanser that this, or the amount of makeup that this cleanser did not take out. So while this might be just a little tiny sample foil pack, sometimes that's the best way to try out products and figure out if you like them. I hated this. It was worthless to me. This is a Boscia Vital Daily Moisture SPF 15 moisturizer, and it is a deluxe sample size, I'm guessing. It is not horrible. The smell of it is not amazing. It kind of has like this tacky feel to it, which I don't prefer in a moisturizer, if I'm being honest. I want my primer to feel that way, but I want my moisturizer to go onto the skin and feel like it's moisturizing my skin, and this definitely didn't. It's kind of sat on top and felt kind of tacky. Also, I had to use a lot of it to make my skin feel moisturized, probably because it also felt like it just sat on top of my skin. And truth be told, I kind of feel like it broke me out. And anything that breaks me out, somebody who is not an acne prone person, I do have super sensitive skin, but I'm not acne prone. So when I use an item and end up broke out from that item, I can typically like trail it back to exactly what broke me out, and I'm pretty certain it was this guy. It was the only new item I put into my routine over the time frame that I was using this, and it was awful. It does say it's olive fruit oil, providing vital protective moisture, rice bran oil strengthening skin to soften lines, which it did not do, and wine yeast and marine complex combat environmental irritants. I'm not sure that I've ever tried anything with those ingredients in it, but I will tell you that this broke out my skin. It wasn't the best for me, and it felt really tacky on my skin instead of feeling moisturizing. Some of these are in my empties as well. Those two items are also in my empties, so I won't go into those a lot when I do my empties video because I went into them here. The next thing I have in here that is a dud for me is, and I wanted to love this, is this Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, and I just have a deluxe sample size of it. I got it in a pack of Milk makeup items, like sample size Milk makeup items, just to try. I've never tried the brand and I really wanted to try the brand, and this makes my eyes burn out of my head. I'm not really sure that I have mentioned that before. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I feel like I've said that before, maybe on camera. So if this is the second time you're hearing this, I'm super sorry, but this guy is, God, I have actually two deluxe sample sizes of this, and I will be giving the other one to a friend of mine. I told her I would give her my other sample size because she loves it, and this makes my eyes feel like they have like cat hair in them or something that makes them just so irritated. I don't know what is in it that makes my eyes feel that way, but some mascaras have done that to me in the past, but they've typically been drugstore mascaras. So I'm not really sure, but I hate that mascara. I won't be repurchasing that in a full size or deluxe sample size ever. And the last thing in my flops is this. This is a full size Billion Dollar Brows Universal Brow Pencil. This we got in our BoxyCharm last month, and I have used it quite a bit. This is all that's left of the product. I've used it quite a bit. I will say that, I mean, it's not a bad eye pencil for color, but it is in universal taupe. So, like, for some people that's going to work. For some people it won't. For me, it's not bad. This is the shade of it. It's not a bad shade. It's a little more warm than I prefer my brows to be. I do like the spoolie on it. The spoolie is, you know, a nice spoolie, but this pencil, as you're using it, it retracts itself. It's a retractable pencil, and it retracts itself back down into the pencil. And I know I'm not the only one that has noticed this, because I have watched a couple other Faves and Flops video for the month of February, and this was part of a lot of other people's flops because of the same reason. You're doing your brows and eventually you're just down to the plastic, and you go to, like, you know, put another like brush stroke on there and realize that you're just plastic, and it kind of doesn't feel good. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't feel good. Also, the pencil is so creamy that I find that when I am trying to fine tune my brows, it just kind of goes anywhere. If I have like made my, you know, hair strokes along this section of my eyebrow and get it a little too far up, when I go to wipe it away, it just smudges all over. And instead of it going away, I've got this nice brown like line where this smudged all over. I kind of like a drier formula for a brow product because I find that those don't smudge necessarily as much as the creamier formulas. But with that being said, I just finished off, you'll see it in my empties, an e.l.f. brow pencil that I have had for eons, and it's also a creamier eyebrow pencil, but it doesn't smudge everywhere. This is a horrible brow pencil, and I want to say that the retail value for this was $20, maybe. I would never spend $20 on this brow pencil. Number one, if for no other reason, it would be because the thing retracts in on itself and it's just super time consuming to use it. So now I'm going to jump into favorites. Oh wait, I do have one more fail, and you guys, if you watch my palette roulette series, you know which one I'm going to be talking about right now. It is my It is my Smashbox Cabana Cover Shot palette. This guy was, I mean, it's just a horrible palette. That color story is not awesome. The shades were not awesome. This one, it feels a little textured. There is glitter in it, but it doesn't, the glitter doesn't appear on your eye, so I don't know where it goes exactly. The only one that I was really able to get a good fair amount of pigmentation out of was this one, and it's kind of like this weird patina, brassy, coppery, olivey color. So it's not a pretty color, but they swatch really well, but it's just an awful palette, and it actually is the first one that I'm decluttering out of my collection because I will never use it again, ever. So let me know if you guys have the same flops in your collection, what you feel about any of those items. And again, just remember, this is just my opinion based on my usage of the products. So now we're going to go into favorites, and I think the first one I want to talk about is this, and I think I want to talk about it because I'm pretty sure I put it into my fails last month, and I feel kind of like a dingus for doing so, and kind of like an ass, because this is actually a really good liquid liner. I used it today. I've been using it every day for my eyeliner, and it is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Eyeliner Pencil. You guys know that if I have an assumption about something and feel like it's one certain way, if I change my mind about it, I will come back to you and let you know. This is what the pen portion looks like. It's not a bad pen portion. It does get a really tight line up there. I think that the reason why I didn't like it initially is because it was new. I didn't feel like it was as black as I wanted it to be, and it is a felt tip line, and I'm used to brushes. I'm used to a brush tip. I have found that I really quite enjoy this. I don't think it would ever replace my Holy Grail It Cosmetics Superhero Liquid Liner. I don't think it would ever replace that, but it is a good second place. I really enjoy it, and I've been using it every single day, and I feel like an asshole for saying last month that I hated it. The next thing I have is this. It is the Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm by Pharmacy. I got this, actually, my mom subscribes to BoxyCharm as well, and I did not get this in my BoxyCharm, but she got it in hers. And she tends to give me a lot of the stuff that she gets in her BoxyCharm because she loves me so very much, and because she doesn't use a lot of it and won't use a lot of it. So she did give me this, and I am so very appreciative. This stuff smells a little bit like mentholatum, which is a little off-putting, but I need to remember to breathe when I am speaking because I forget to breathe. And it is green, which is also a little off-putting, but it's called Green Machine, so da-donna. I got lipstick on it, apparently. There's lipstick all over it, which is awesome. But you just take a little bit out and you rub it in between your fingers and you put it all over your skin, your dry skin. It takes the makeup and melts it away, and then you just go over your face with either warm water, which I hate, we all know I hate that, or a warm cloth, which I don't mind doing. That's not nearly as messy as splashing warm water up on your face. I used the e.l.f. cleansing balm for a while and hated it, and most of the reason why I hated it is because I felt like it was still messy because you had to wet your face and then you had to go in with the balm and then you had to wet your face again and then you had to go in with a towel. And then it didn't clean very well. This doesn't do that. This actually, I feel like I take just the smallest amount and put it in between my fingers, rub it together, and put it on my face, and it cleans. And because I feel like it's got mentholatum in it, I don't know if it does, but, but I do know that it feels a little bit tingly on your skin and makes your skin just feel clean, and it literally is clean. I've gone in with a makeup wipe afterwards or my magic eraser afterwards and nothing has come off. So I really feel like this does a really good job, and I love that you can put it on your dry skin and wipe it off with a warm wet cloth and it just comes right off. You don't have, there's no additional steps. It's super, super simple, super quick, super easy. The next thing I have is this, and this I got many, many moons ago. As a matter of fact, I think I've talked about it before in a Faves and Flops, maybe last winter or right after I started YouTube. And this is the Cocoa Magic Coconut Oil Hand Cream, and I got it at TJ Maxx for like $3. I don't even know, like literally had never even heard of this brand before when I purchased it. But this says it's ultra hydrating for rough, dry skin, and I really feel like it is. I don't know if you guys can see, but like my arms are super, super dry from the chemicals at work that we have to deal with, and my hands get super dry, and I will come home and lather this all over my arms and my hands, and it keeps them from cracking and bleeding. Like I didn't hit my arms soon enough for this right here. It got all kinds of like textured and itchy and eczema-esque. I do have eczema, so as soon as I started itching it, it cracked and it bled and it was awful. This helps prevent that from happening, and I absolutely love it. The problem is I found it at TJ Maxx and I don't know, I can't find it anymore. I need to look it up online to see if I can find more and see how much it is full price, but you know, with TJ Maxx things come in and out so often. I don't know that I will ever find this again for that price, and I don't know that I'm willing to spend more than that on it. I mean, it's amazing, but I'm cheap. The next thing I have along those same lines is this. It is the Coconut Naturally Smooth Lip Balm by Yes 2. I think I picked this up at Walmart. It's got a nice like oval shape to it. It keeps my lips super, super hydrated during this crazy winter, and when I'm not wearing lipstick, which I don't do often because I freaking hate lipstick because I am a mess with lipstick, even though I have 900,000 lipsticks in my collection, I use this lip balm. I would use other lip balms, but some other lip balms that I do have in my collection tend to like make my lips drier, which defeats the purpose of using a lip balm. So this one I carry around in my purse. It smells amazing. It smells just like coconut. It goes on your lips. It feels good, and it's super, super hydrating. So I've been using that a lot because our winter is crazy stupid right now and very cold and snowy. The next thing I have is this. It is my Geoffrey Stara Velour Liquid Lipstick. I'm not his biggest fan. Let's just go there. He cracks me up sometimes, but I'm also not his biggest fan. That's okay. I don't have to be. I do love his product though. His liquid lipsticks are amazing, and this one happens to be my favorite. It is in the shade Delicious, and I love it. I love it so much, and I had not tried Geoffrey Star anything until, you know, Christmas time, I guess, when I got, I think Black Friday, I got one of his mystery boxes. I got 2 of his mystery boxes, actually. Same thing in both mystery boxes, which kind of pissed me off. But I've been using the other one as giveaways. I gave like a highlighter to a friend of mine. I gave some lipstick to my daughter, whatever. This is my favorite. I love this shade. I am really kind of a browns and taupes on my lips kind of person. And this is the perfect shade of just like this purpley brown color. Let me swatch it. It's like mauve brown-esque. It is just such a pretty, pretty, pretty shade. It is my favorite. I carry it around in my purse and I will put it on throughout the day. His liquid lipsticks are so comfortable, you guys, and they go nowhere. They stay on forever. So the next thing I have in here is this. It is this Ciate London Wanderer. It is the Ciate London Wonder World Mascara. I believe I got this in an IPSY. It's not a bad mascara. It's kind of right in between super wet and super dry, which is my perfect mascara formula because it doesn't sit on my cheekbones and turn into raccoon eyes. And this is like a rather inexpensive kind of midline mascara, and it's not a bad mascara. I would consider purchasing a full price option of this, but I have so many mascaras that I probably won't do that just yet. But this has been an amazing mascara. I put it over the top of some other mascaras just to help make my eyelashes feel a little more voluminous. So even though this doesn't say what kind of mascara it is, whether it's a voluminous mascara or, well, I guess it does. Intensely volumizing mascara on the little tag right here. Don't read all the fine print. It does say that it's an intensely volumizing mascara, and I find that to be true. I love putting it on top of like a more defining mascara just to make my eyelids, just to make my lashes a little more voluminous. The next thing I have here is this, and this kind of surprised me. I'm not into cream products very much. I don't have a whole lot of cream products in my collection. I do have some cream highlighters and I have a couple cream blushes, but like a year and a half ago or so when I tried out those products initially, I hated them. I put this into my project pan because it was tiny and I really didn't think I'd get much use out of it, but I thought it would be easy to pan because it's tiny. It is the Peak Metal Matte Cream Blush in Abu, so Peak Abu. And this is what it looks like. This is the packaging. You just slide it out like old school like lip balms. You just slide it out. And this is the blush. So, you guys, I have to tell you, I never, ever, ever, ever thought I would ever be a cream product person. But this blush is just so perfectly natural. This is it right here. It's just so perfectly natural and just a nice flush to the cheek. And it looks, because it's a cream product, it looks like it's just your skin. And it's a little bit illuminating, so it gives it a nice, like, rosy shine to your cheeks. Can you guys see it right here? That just is flawless and beautiful on your cheek. I never, ever, never thought I would ever boast about a liquid product or a cream product, but I don't know. You know, I watch Samantha Raventhal all the time, and she talks and uses only cream products. And I'm like, man, her skin always looks just so flawless. And I really just want to get into it more, but I can't bring myself to do it. But this was shocking to me. I was super shocked about it. And when I put like a highlighter on top of this, it just melts in so well into my skin. It was crazy to me. So the last thing I want to talk about are some tools, actually. The first tool I want to talk about is this one. It is an e.l.f. brush. I'm not even sure what brush it is, but it looks like this, and it is flat. This guy I got so long ago, and I never really used it until recently. Recently, I've been using it just because it's quick. It is so quick. I've been using it a lot for contour or bronzer, so I put my brush into my bronzer and then just go along my hairline and then into like the areas that you might contour, and it just takes like 5 seconds to get it all done. And I think it's because the brush is so big, it just like, yeah. You guys, it is the easiest brush to use for contour that I have ever come across. And super, super quick. Like, I could do my bronzer and my contour in like 5 seconds. Like, literally. put it on, put it on, put it on, and it looks flawless. It is amazing. I love this brush. And it's been around in my collection for eons, and I've never used it. The next thing I have is this. It is the Luxe 732 Airbrush Foundation Brush. I think I've talked about this before, but you guys, this is the perfect foundation brush. I don't know if you can see, but there's this little like ergonomic divot for your finger to go into, and it is perfect for just buffing in foundation, and it really does make your foundation look perfectly airbrushed. It is super, super dense. It's got dense bristles, and they're nice. And this isn't necessarily flat. It's kind of domed just a little bit, but not necessarily a lot of it. So there's not like these areas where it touches that are more, you know, diluted than other areas. This is an amazing line. I actually got this in a BoxyCharm, and I think recently got a contour brush from the same line from Luxe in an IPSY that I've yet to use to my liking, so I don't really have an opinion on that, but this is my every single day foundation brush. It replaced the Beauty Blender or the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge in my routine, and I love it. And the last tool that I want to talk about, these are actually, I think, the same. No. So these two tools I also got in a BoxyCharm. They came in a set of 4 and were the inspiration for me purchasing a couple of other smaller brushes. These are the Luxe. This one up top is the mini round brush, and this one on bottom is the mini flat angled brush. These two brushes have become my go-to brushes for detail work in my eye, and like I just don't think that I could perform my makeup without them anymore. I use them a lot. I've switched up how I do my makeup a lot lately, but I will use them in my brow bone because they're small enough. I will use them to get on top of anything that I lay down in the crease. If I just want like a tight color above it, I will use one of these. I use it in my outer corner. Yesterday I was wearing a makeup look that I used one of these brushes in my inner corner and outer corner to not saturate but get enough color into my inner and outer to do a halo eye. I also used it just above the halo portion so that I had like a connecting halo eye. These are amazing brushes for detail work, and I don't know that you can get them on Luxe's website. I haven't been able to find them, but they inspired me to go looking for other smaller detail brushes because I have hooded eyes, and sometimes those big brushes just don't do it for me, and I have a ton of brushes over there, but I really am finding myself enjoying the little tiny detail brushes these days. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you loved this video. What were your faves and flops for February? I would really be interested to know down in the comments section. Just leave me a comment, let me know what your faves and flops were this month. I hope that you guys liked this video enough to consider giving it a big thumbs up. I hope that you liked it, or me, enough that you're considering subscribing as well. I would love to have you along for this crazy midlife crisis of mine, and I would love to see you in my comments section. I am still pretty active in that comment section and love to have conversations going down there. So thank you guys so much again for joining me today. I hope that you're having a fabulous day, and until next time, bye guys.